Hello, friends. Hello, witches. Nice to meet you if you're new here. I wanted to participate in the occulty tag and bring some crone energy in. There are a few of us crones that have done it, or croning people that have done it. So this will be edited, definitely. I am on a medication that doesn't let me collect my thoughts together, so it's definitely edited. Okay. So, I have been practicing for about 30 years, and I've been on YouTube since about 9 years. My first channel, and still I have it, is Debbie's Journey, and that's more of like a emergency preparedness, dehydrating, food storage, farm, wild edibles. We had ducks and things like that. It was more just to like document stuff with the family and things like it's not very witchy anyway. And I was into YouTube for quite a while over there. I decided to make a witchy channel just because I was on Debbie's Journey, and then I found Tiptoe Chick and Sunshine Morning Ray, Joanna DeVoe, Lady Grave Dancer, Ember Honey Raven, all that era of YouTube content creators. And I wanted to share my practice and my path. They were similar. It was similar, but not completely. So I figured I could add my 2 cents. And I really miss those days of YouTube. For several reasons. So I started watching them and I wanted to share my journey. I have 4 children, all grown. My youngest is 19. He's the only one left in the house. So I'm pretty much an empty nester, Gen Xer. And when I started out on the path, we had to spend hours in the library. We didn't have the internet or like people in our community. I grew up in a very small community with no witches. Like there wasn't anybody else in high school that was a witch. I was the only one that I knew of. I was kind of the ostracized one. Not that I didn't have friends. I was just the weird one, I was the one walking around with like the Bon Jovi fringe suede jacket and the cuffed jeans, and what do they call those sneakers? Like ankle? No, what do they call those? Walking around with like Buckland's Big Blue Book and a stack of tarot decks. So that was, oh gosh, that was my way of rebelling, I guess, against my mom. Not against my mom, I guess against the established religion, right? I was raised English Catholic, Episcopal. So it's it's like a Roman Catholic religion. It's very ceremonial, and, there's like censers and candles lit at a certain time. And my mom was like a deacon of the church. So I was expected to go every Sunday. And anyway, I'll save that story for my channel. I do believe that the internet has made it easier to be a witch. That has also come with dangers, right? So I love TikTok. I could spend hours on TikTok just flipping through witchy channels, watching what everybody's doing. But I do think that quick form of witchcraft information is not valid. But is it our responsibility to be discerning for the viewer? Like what role, if we are sharing our personal gnosis, and things that we do, is it our responsibility to say this is an edited video? The pan shot is not how my altar is usually set up. I don't usually have these crystals here. You get what I mean, though? Like, why is it our responsibility? I'm just playing devil's advocate. So I do think it's our responsibility to alert the public that 90% of what you see on TikTok, any social platform, right? Most of it is staged. The spells that I show on my channel are real spells, and I really do them when I'm raising energy and pushing it into something. I can't be like pre-editing as well, to make sure the shot is right and all that stuff. So if I show an actual spell, it's usually like a sped up, set back shot of me working. Okay, so that's real. But I'm also not conveying what I'm doing other than on the screen. I'll say, raising energy, pushing it into whatever object I'm charging, that type of thing. And I think that that's our only real responsibility. It's like books, right? You read a book, you eat the meat, you spit out the bones. That's my saying. Eat the meat, spit out the bones. Take what you want out of it and chuck the rest. Be as discerning in a video. Whether it's a 2-second video or a 15, 20-minute one, take what you want, take what resonates, and just leave the rest. If a creator doesn't, says something that doesn't resonate, just scroll. I mean, it's super easy and it's a lot less energy exchange by just scrolling. I don't want this to turn into a rant. I do have some valid points. I believe I have some valid points. Out of what I share, I kind of alluded to what I share is stage versus reality. I did a short the other day that was just how I positioned my crystal on my desk and how I lit intention candles and directed that energy with my crystal. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't fancy, or like I could have made it fancier, right? For a TikTok or a short. But I wanted to show witchcraft is not dramatic. It's not instantaneous. I've never, I take that back. I have cast a couple instant spells like red, 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 I don't have time, turn green, 1, 2, 3. It started as a little thing I used to say when taking the kids somewhere. And we would hit every light living near the city. And so we'd all say, red, 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 we don't have time, turn green, 1, 2, 3. The kids on the bus, too. I was a bus driver. So, yeah, it turned into like an actual thing that works. Just because there's a tag lock there, right? So really, that's the only one. Or if I need a parking space up front because my legs suck that day, yeah, then I'll get a front parking spot. 90% of the time, magic isn't fancy. It isn't instant. And it's very individualized, right? You have to have that connection or the magic isn't going to work. Blowing cinnamon out the door is only going to work if you add intention into it. I'm sorry. That's my personal gnosis. There's my disclaimer. Do I think there's an element of censorship in online spaces? Absolutely. Nobody is safe to say what they actually mean. If somebody's wronged in the community by a very large content creator, you cannot say anything, or you won't have a channel or an online presence or any conversation, right? You'll be ostracized. You'll be outed from the community. So do I think it's a safe space? Absolutely not. Do I think there's space for constructive criticism? Absolutely. And thank you. I can't say her name. I haven't asked if I can say her name, but I have a wonderful friend that lets me know when I've screwed up in a video. Like, turn your camera the other way, dummy, or, she's nicer than that, but in my head, I'm saying, okay, duh. I love that because I'm so new at editing, right? And putting myself out online. We're always learning. Of course I'm going to mess up. I'm human, right? I hate when I'm human, and it cracks me up when I'm human. So, depending on how much medication I'm on that day, on how funny it is, right? So yeah, with the editing, of course, the editing and the audio, the lighting, like all of that, I can use all of that criticism, please. That would be great. And I want to be a good content creator. Not that I want millions of followers, because there is no way in hell I could catch up with it. I barely do what I have, and I'm under 500, thank God, or goddess, right? Yeah, any criticism, I accept criticism very well. I worked in a high school for a few years and drove a bus and was a nurse and an EMT. So I'm great at constructive criticism. I'm even great at not so constructive criticism because I just like blow it off. How do I decipher what is appropriate to share online versus what to keep privately? Is this based on social media etiquette or personal preference? I try to be PG-ish in my videos, only because I know some of the students that I used to teach watch me. Big heart to them. I miss you guys so much. You don't even know. You don't even know. I have nobody to play with here. So I miss playing with you guys. Anyway, so I try to keep my channel fairly PG. Once in a while, I'll drop a swear. I am a very naturally sweary person. I talk like a mix between a redneck, a truck driver, and a high school student. Oh, God. And the more I'm home, not working, the worse it's getting. Because now I'm talking to the dogs, which makes it worse. So I try to be PG. And I also try to share things that are useful for the community. If it's something that I love to do, like usually it's crafty, but if it's something I like to do, I like to share it. If it's a product I buy, I share it. There was one deck that I didn't care for, and that's in my giveaway. My channel's turning 8, so if it's like a real personal spell, though, I don't share that. I do a lot of magic and practicing tarot readings every day. I stir magic into my kitchen witchery. I work with herbs and make teas and washes for the house and for my crafting. I stick magic in everything. So no, I don't share everything. Not that I wouldn't. I just don't think it adds a ton of value to the community. I don't know. Have I ever encountered or heard of grifters in our community? I get so many DMs, okay? I can't even tell you how many I've gotten that say, Spirit has come to me. I need to send you a message. Please send me a DM. Puke. Don't slide into my DMs. That's an invasion. In my opinion, my social etiquette says that DMing somebody is kind of an invasion almost. It's really weird. It makes you feel like you've been violated. I don't know why. So I'm doing some work around that. But yeah, it's almost like an insult, unless I know the person or that's trying to sell something. I'm not a big salesperson anyway. Bob does like all the buying of everything because I can't stand to talk to salesmen. Their energy sucks. It's like a piranha just kind of waiting and circling, as you drive into the parking lot. And you can feel them almost like when you hit the driveway, their energy like boom. It's horrible. And I get the same feeling from a DM selling something. Just don't. It's giving witches and especially tarot readers a really bad name. Like I would not buy a reading from anyone that does that. I'm just saying. And I think that I'm not the only one that feels that way. I can't wait till these people get off their witchcraft kick, because it's a fluid thing. They'll come and go, right? And in 5 years, some other movie will come out or series, and we'll go through this all over again. We went through it with Practical Magic. We went through it with The Craft. Jack Nicholson was in it. Jack Nicholson, Cher, Meryl Streep. Was Meryl Streep in it? No, that was the other one. Who is it? What the I ate with the cast and crew when they were in Scituate filming at that little shop that Cher sells her witch statues in that movie. God damn it. This is why I have to edit, because my brain doesn't work. What was the movie with Cher, Jack Nicholson, the Witches of Eastwick? That's what the hell it was. Yeah, so I was in high school and I ate with them. That was really cool. They set up at my... Anyway. Witches of Eastwick, 1987. That's what it was. So that when that movie came through, then like we had a couple more witches in high school, right towards the end of my high school career. I subscribed to a few Patreons, and I think platforms are okay to, if you have more information to share or whatever, I think it's okay to make money off of YouTube. It doesn't mean that everybody has to subscribe to you or click your join button or send you a coffee just because we have it down below. I can't speak for anybody else, but I don't expect to get rich off of any of that. Even the affiliate links, no. Nor, I don't want to be a salesperson either, though. You know what? Like, I'm doing the things for TikTok. Like, I got a mop. I'm going to enchant my mop and do my warding with it. And I'm going to share it on fucking TikTok. And it's a good mop. Is it witchy? No. Damn it, I'm going to make it witchy because that's what I do anyway. You know, everything. It's so much a part of my life that, sorry if you saw that. So what tools are helpful to decipher misinformation, and how can we as a community prevent widespread information? Well, I mean, so when I started to do my rune video, I'm just learning, right? I wanted to explore the runes. I don't know about them. I mean, I've used them in magic, right? But I haven't used them for divination. Let's put it that way. And I've never like remembered them. I just look them up like I do anything else. Like my brain doesn't retain that stuff. So I just look everything up. And I have, you know, like what I would consider trusted resources like Ben and Bell Wen's Big Tarot book, Cunningham's Magical Herbs. Like if I don't go on intuition, I use a valued resource to gather that information, sometimes online. In fact, a lot of times online, especially YouTube. In fact, I tagged the Norse Witch because I loved her rune series. And Jackson Crawford, I tagged his video series. So maybe providing more resources for further information if the person wants to expand off of your video. I would like my videos to be like a jumping off point. So maybe you didn't know you needed like maybe you didn't know you needed like black tourmaline for shielding and absorbing energy and all that stuff. Just as an example, maybe my video would be a jumping off point for you to do more research and find your favorite stone. You know what I mean? I think if we come at social media like a point of jumping off points in our practice for more research, then we'll be safer than if we take everything on faith. You know, faith that we know what the hell we're talking about. And I know witches love eye candy. There is one creator I love well, she's also a friend, just disclaimer. She has the best witchy space I've ever seen. I have no freaking clue what it costs. But do I envy them? Do I have FOMO? That's another question. Imposter syndrome. That's a different question in my mind. But oh my gosh, I covet all her things because I can look at them and I can watch them and I can tour them and I can watch them and experience them as many times as I want to. I don't have to dust a damn thing. So that's where my mind goes. Oh, I don't know how she does it. Maybe she has a house cleaner. So do I covet things online that I see? Absolutely. Do I shun them for having it? Absolutely not. You use your money. Money is energy. You direct your energy where you want it to flow. How does one maintain the balance of authenticity and content creation? I just share what I'm doing. Some of the stuff on my channel is not inherently witchy, but I make it witchy. I try to have fun. I want my space to be fun, and I'm silly, and I do that mainly for the kids coming up into the craft, just to let them know that an old crone isn't scary, and we're approachable, and we love the new blood, right? We love change and learning new things, and the younger ones are going to bring so much to our practice that we wouldn't have had before, right? They have new eyes. Yeah, so I think if we just share what we're doing and how we're doing it, and if we can provide resources for people, that will just expand their knowledge, right? It won't lessen our credibility. It will add to somebody else's journey. I like this question. Imposter syndrome and FOMO. No, I already answered FOMO, but imposter syndrome. I don't really suffer from imposter syndrome because I show what I love doing. And I am not an authority on anything, like nothing. I think of myself as a practicer of much and master of none. In my opinion, that's a great attitude to have because I think that your sponge gets full, right? Your sponge up here gets full if you don't allow the space for more information to come in. So in other words, if you think you know everything and you think that you're teaching people the right way to do things, right? It's all full. You don't have any space to add to your practice because it's so full of yourself. You can't accept any more information, So imposter syndrome, no, not so much on this platform. On TikTok is like the Wild West, right? So I get away with a little bit more there, although I've been dinged a couple times for swearing. Oof. Oh, and having music in the background, that's a bad thing. Anyway, so stupid. I got into sharing what I'm using, what I'm ordering from TikTok, and it's fun. I love it. It's fun. That's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm there for, is just having fun. My life has been so serious between my jobs, and I have 2 kids that are chronically ill, a myriad of autoimmune disorders. My life is serious enough. My online presence is not serious. Not serious. I don't want it to be serious. Serious in the information I share. But I don't want to be serious about it. I don't want to be stoic and this is how it's done and this is how you want to do it. And I try not to come across that way because I am no authority. On the other platform, maybe a little bit because I'm not used to being a salesperson, and I'm not selling over there. I'm just sharing what I ordered and what I'm using that people send me. But I am linking, right? I am doing the affiliate link and all that crap. So that part I'm not used to. That part feels uncomfortable for me. But I'm also not working, right? Because my legs won't freaking work. So I do have a job. I'll be starting that hopefully in March. It was this past Monday, but it got pushed back again. So I'll be working on the computer from home, which is awesome. And that will support my YouTube habit. Bob and I had shirts made that said, "You do you, I'll do me, and we will live happily." And that's really our motto. Everybody has their own unique path. And if they share it on YouTube, I'm going to subscribe. I'm going to thumbs up if they align with, where I am at. If they're not out to screw the universe, share out their video if it's something I love. Everyone I'm subscribed to, I try to at least like it if I have time. So just being a good YouTuber. I hope our community grows closer together. I hope we bridge the gap between the tiny creators and the big creators, which is what I try to do on TikTok. I have almost 8,000 on TikTok. So not that I'm completely number driven, but I think it's funny when I share with the kids and they're like, "Oh my God, you're such a loser." So the bigger the number, the more bragging rights I have from my kids. They're like, "How in the hell do you have almost 8 grand on your freaking TikTok?" I'm like, "'Cause I'm a crazy mofo." And I don't care anymore. All my kids are grown, so now I get to have fun. Love you guys. I promise I'll put out a serious video next. Thanks for being here, friends. And until next time, I'm wishing you many blessings. Bye.